So good. Hi and welcome to Spice and Pans. Today we'll be cooking Asian style porchetta. So let's start cooking. Now we'll prepare the pork belly. I'm using approximately 580 grams of pork belly over here. Clean it up. Okay, remove any bones. If you feel it inside here, remove it. And using a meat tenderizer, we'll poke hole into the skin. If you do not have something like this, you can always use your kitchen knife or a pen knife to score the skin. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want the skin to puff up when I bake them or roast them, so that it will be light and crispy. Make sure you poke holes on the entire surface of the skin. And after you're done that, I'll show you the next step. So after you're done with scoring the skin, we will butterfly this piece of pork belly. You can see that there are several layers over here. I'm just going to butterfly it over here, almost in the center. Okay, be careful when you do this. Now the reason why I'm doing this is because then the marinade will get into this pork belly much easier, and this will be so much tastier. So we slowly slice through here. Like this, alright? And also by doing this, it will be much easier to tie this up later. I'll show you how we do it. Okay, something like this will be good, right? You can just slice a little bit more over here. So this is where we will lay our marinade. Okay, now before we do that, we are going to place a lot of salt on the skin so that this will dehydrate and will be crispy when we oven bake this. So using sea salt, spread a generous amount onto the skin, rub it in. Do not worry, it will not be too salty. This just will dehydrate the skin. Rub the salt into the skin. This is a must. A little bit more. Once you've done this, we'll just put this aside and we'll prepare the marinade now. We are now going to prepare the marinade for the pork. I have with me over here 2 tablespoons of hoisin sauce. I'll be adding in 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce, 1 whole bulb of garlic grated, as well as 15 grams of young ginger grated, and of course white pepper, cracked white pepper. You can use black pepper if you want to, no problem. And we mix this all up. Once we've finished mixing them up well, we'll set this aside and I will show you how to use this to marinate the pork belly. As you can see, there's some moisture on the skin. That is because the salt is actually dehydrating the skin and bringing out the moisture. We'll now dab dry the skin first. I'm using a kitchen paper towel to dab it dry. Okay, now we'll open up our pork. And I have with me over here about 2 tablespoons of Chinese rice wine. Just rub this over the pork, like this. This will give the pork an extra fragrance, which will be very, very nice. Porchetta is actually an Italian dish, but I'm using Asian marinade over here, just to give this a twist. Normally for the traditional porchetta, you will need garlic, rosemary, thyme, and some other herbs to make this classic Italian dish. But I'm using Asian marinating sauce over here to give this an Asian twist. Okay, so after this is done, we'll spread our marinade onto the pork. You'll need to try to cover as much as possible and just spread them out like this. We roll them up in a while after we have placed all the marinade in. This is the perfect dish for your year-end party, for Christmas, for New Year, etc. Who wouldn't like a well-seasoned piece of pork with crispy skin, right? Don't over put the seasoning or the marinade onto it because we're going to roll this up. Just make sure that you cover every inch of it. Okay, I'm left with some of this marinade. You can use this marinade to fry pork, beef, chicken, or anything with this. Now we're just going to roll this up. You see, one side is with the skin, the other side is without the skin. We'll roll it up from this part up without the skin, okay? Just gently roll it up. You do not need to pack it up tightly. When we are doing this, all the sauce will actually get into the meat very nicely. So just pull it back a little bit more and just roll it up. Okay, like this. Now we just need to tie this up, pack the side in. Let me wash my hands up first, and then I'll show you how I'm going to tie this up. Now I'm going to tie up the pork belly. I'm using butcher string over here. Just slide it underneath. Just tie it into a simple knot. Not too tight, but make sure you just need to firm up the shape. Don't worry if the meat is out of place, we'll pack it in later. We just need this to be in shape. So just tie a knot over here. You can tie it into a date knot or into whichever knot that you want to. And we tie one more over here. Run the piece of string underneath again. Just this way up, underneath the string. Just pull it up, tighten it up a little bit. Now we start to pack the meat in. Now this is quite a small piece of pork belly that I have over here. Normally when I do this dish, I use a much bigger piece, so it's much easier to tie with more skin. But this will do also a little bit more tougher to tie, but no problem, we can make do. So one final round over here and we are done. Pack the pork in and we'll tighten the string at this end up. And we are done for this. So once this is done, we'll cut off the excess ends of the string and we'll need to wipe dry the skin. So I'm going to place this on a plate first. Now I'm going to clean up the skin using a kitchen paper towel. Just gently tap it. Because hoisin sauce contains sugar, I don't want this to burn before it crisps up. So we need to just clean off some of this marinade on the skin. After you're done with this, we'll still use some of this sea salt and rub it onto the skin again. Right, we want our skin to be crispy and this is really needed. Remember to roll the pork over and also salt the underside of these rolls over here. After you are done with this, we'll leave this in the open for 2 hours or so, just for the skin to dry up a little bit and for the marinade to get into the pork before we roast this. I'll see you back in a while. We're now going to roast our pork belly. I've heated up the oven to 180 degrees Celsius. On the drip tray, I will add water in so that later it will be much easier for me to clean up the oven. And of course, it helps to facilitate in the cooking of the pork too. Just put this in and we'll place our pork right here. I'm going to roast this at 180 degrees Celsius for 1 hour and then we'll have a look. Normally for porchetta, they would like to roast this at high temperature first and then drop the temperature down. I prefer to do it the other way around because I felt that the meat is actually juicier and the skin, you can actually control the crispiness of it. I'll show you how the pork looks like in a while. 1 hour is up. Let's have a look. Right. Okay. Now I'll turn the heat up to 250 degrees Celsius and crisp up the skin for 1 hour. I'll see you back in a while. 1 hour is up. Let's have a look. Right. Now the pork is almost done already, or rather it's done already. I just need to crisp up the skin. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to base it with vinegar, white vinegar. This will cause the skin to blister. Do not worry, your porchetta will not be sour. Rather, it will be very, very crispy, what we like to achieve. Base this generously. Then you can see your skin having blister over and it will be super crispy. This is what we want to do. Now that this is done, you put it back and we'll turn the heat up to 270 degrees or the highest that your oven can. I will just turn the timer to 30 minutes, but I'll stay here and have a look I don't want to burn my skin, but yet I want my skin to be crispy. I'll see you back in a while. The porchetta is almost done. Let's have a look. Smelling very, very nice. I'll just remove this from the heat. Right. We'll rest this for approximately 10 to 20 minutes before we cut this up, and I'll show you how crispy this is. Now this may seem a little bit sharp to you. Do not worry, just use a serrated knife and just scrape off the darkened area if you want to. Alright? I'll now just cut this up. You can hear how crispy this is right now. Just be very careful when you cut this. It's a very good alternative to your pork knuckle, and it's full of flavor. Look at how beautiful this is. I'll cut up the rest and then we'll serve this. And now the porchetta is done, let's have a taste. Can't really wait to taste this. Wow. Very flavorful. Very crispy the skin. Super juicy the meat. I thought this is really, really great. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you try this recipe at home. This is really, really great. So I hope you like our video. Do click like our video and do subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching. Wow. The meat is very juicy. Let's try a big piece. So good.
Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas, everybody.